This first set of notes is on the anatomy of the digestive system as depicted by figure 24.1. Digestive system is divided into two parts anatomically. The first part is called the GI tract, also known as the gastrointestinal tract. Gastro stands for the stomach. It's the G in the GI tract, and I is for intestinal, referring to the small and large intestines. GI tract is also known as the alimentary canal. And the second part of the digestive system organs are called accessory structures. These are not a part of the GI tract. GI tract begins at the mouth. Inside the mouth, the space inside the mouth is called oral cavity. The mouth turns into the throat. The throat is called pharynx. And the two parts of the throat belonging to the GI tract are the oropharynx. That's the area in the back of the mouth, so posterior to the oral cavity, and the laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx is the area deeper into the neck. It is shaped like a funnel, and it splits into two sections: the larynx, that becomes a trachea that leads to the lungs, and the esophagus, the tube that leads into the stomach. Esophagus is the next part of the GI tract. Esophagus is a long muscular tube that leads to the stomach. It passes behind the heart. It passes through the diaphragm and connects to the stomach. The stomach is the next organ of the GI tract. A stomach is a J letter shaped organ that stores the food that was swallowed and digested before it moves it into the small intestine. The small intestine is the next part of the GI tract. Small intestine is made out of three parts. The first part of the small intestine is the shortest. It is called duodenum. The second part of the small intestine is very long. It is called the jejunum. And the last part of the small intestine is called the ileum. It's the lowest part of the small intestine located in the pelvic region. The last part of the GI tract is the large intestine. Large intestine also has several sections. Large intestine is also known as the colon. And the first part of the large intestine is the cecum. This is where the large intestine and the small intestine connect. The next part of the large intestine is the ascending colon. Ascending means rising, and this is the part of the large intestine that carries food in the upwards direction, up the right side of the body. Then ascending colon turns to the left and becomes transverse colon. Transverse colon is horizontal. It travels in the right to left direction. Then it bends down and becomes descending colon. Descending colon on the left side. Then it becomes a curved last section of the large intestine called sigmoid colon. Finally, the last part of the GI tract, I think I said large intestine is the last part, but it's actually the rectum that is the last part. The rectum is the straight vertical portion, continuous from the large intestine. At the end of the rectum, it becomes more narrow, and this part is called the anal canal that opens up to the outside via an opening called anus that is controlled by a sphincter muscle to keep it closed. Now, GI tract is the first part of the digestive system. The second part of the digestive system is made of the accessory structures that also begin in the mouth. Inside the oral cavity, there are teeth. There's 32 teeth in an adult mouth. The next organ is the tongue. It's a muscular organ that helps with mastication, the chewing and moving of the food around inside the mouth, and salivary glands. Salivary glands, there's 3 sets of the salivary glands. The first set of the salivary glands is called, I think something happened with a connection. There it is. The first set of the salivary glands is called the sublingual glands. That means under the tongue. It keeps cutting out. The next set of salivary glands is called the submandibular glands. That means under the jaw. I'm not sure what's going on. I apologize. And then the last set of salivary glands is called parotid. These are the ones on the cheeks right in front of the ear. Come on. Okay, continue in the next video.